Hello there, welcome to my channel. I'm Angela from arteri.com. This is another very quick formula and knocking out cards double quick time. I'll put it in the playlist with my other quick card formulas, but this one is so easy. I just call it colour, stamp and go. So basically you put your background colour on. You can make it yourself or you can use a light pattern colour. Stamp an image on it and you're done. And that's it. So we're going to look at a way to do it now on this one. I mean, you don't have to emboss the background if you don't want, but I just think it adds a little something. So when I first started putting the colour on here, it didn't look like much at all, but once you put the stamp on, it takes it to a different level. So the stamp doesn't matter, the colour background you use doesn't matter, just get some colour down there any way that you like. So you need your card base. I'm going to use an embossing folder again. I'm using these watercolour pens just to put some colour on the white layer there, and I'm going to mat it onto a black background and Bob's your uncle. So what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to get a nice big paintbrush. And where's my spray? And I've got a water spray. And I'm just going to start laying down colour. Hang on, I don't even think they're in the right order, but it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to put some squeaky colour down. Get some water on it. And just plonk it on there. I don't think this is the brush I used before. This is too big. Right, I'm going to take the other one. I think this is the one I used before. Right, this one hasn't gone as well as the first one because I've actually splattered blue dots all over it. I don't know if you can see, but hopefully that should be okay once we get the stamp on. So I'm going to let this dry and I'm going to come back and I'm going to stamp it. Right, I'm just going to take a stamp, and any big stamp will do. I'm going to use this one. It's from Stampin' Up. It's one of my all-time favourite stamps. I really love it. Don't know what it's going to look like on here though. We shall see. So just, whoops, so put it in the middle. I'll put it wherever you like, to be honest. I mean, you don't even have to have a sentiment on if you don't want to. But to be honest, I think I will have one. Where's that stamp set? So to fit on the sentiment, I'm going to turn that around a little bit. And then I can have the sentiment there. I have no idea what this is going to look like. Because this is watercolour, I'm going to use a pigment ink. This is my Versafine Onyx Black, one of my favourite inks. Gives a nice crisp print. Yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't like that one. I should have tried with that other stamp. Yeah, that hasn't turned out very well, I'm afraid, at all. I'm going to emboss it and see if I can get it halfway decent, but I'm not happy with that at all. This is the ink cleaner that I made. I'll leave a link to the video in the description. It's really good stuff. Yeah, I am not happy with that at all. The colour is just far too blocky, so I'm going to try something else. I think I'm going to try Distress Oxide. And I'm just going to try the same thing, but with a Distress Oxide and a different stamp. Because that one just doesn't look right at all. I'm not happy with that one. So, put a bit of colour down. Right, I'm going to use this large stamp like I used on the first card, because I think it will look better. To be honest, I think the bigger the stamp the better. If you can get it to fill over as much of that colour as possible, it will look better. So I'll just get it centred as possible. Again, I'm going to use the Versafine because I haven't let that dry really. Yeah, that's looking better already. That's looking much better. I'm going to emboss both of those to see if I can get that looking halfway decent, because it would be a shame to waste it if it can be salvaged. Right, I think I got this from Temu, and it was cheap as chips, and I think actually it is one of my favourite embossing folders. It just gives a little something without overpowering the card. Yeah, I think that one looks quite nice. Colour's quite subtle on this one. I don't know, maybe it's salvageable, I'm not sure. Oh, you can see what's happened. The black ink from the other card has got onto there, and it's give like a double print effect. I don't know, maybe it's usable. So I think I need to clean this embossing folder. Okay, I'm not sure about a sentiment on that one. I'm not sure if it would overpower it or not. Do you know, I think I'll leave a sentiment off, and then whoever I give this to can just add their own sentiments inside if they like. I'm now going to put that onto the card base. Right, so although that one gets a big fat raspberry, that went wrong from start to finish, this one does look a lot better. So that's basically how easy it is to make these cards. It's just literally colour, stamp and go. So lay down your colour or your background paper or whatever you're using in whatever way you like. Add whatever decorations you like, and that's a 5-minute card. It does not take long. You don't even have to emboss the card if you don't want, but it is so simple and so quick as long as you're doing it right. This is another one that gets a raspberry award. That just didn't go right at all. So looking at these two, the thin stamps, they don't seem to work very well. It seems to be the big ones that cover like a large surface area. They're the ones that seem to work best. So I would love any hints and tips that you might have to make this better. But this is so simple, so quick, and you can literally knock up a card in 5 minutes. Even if you have to cut the base and the mats and the layers, it still does not take very long. So if you've stayed with me this long, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.